All right, we're going to be going over lines 64 and 65. But before we even play either of them, I just want to have you all notice if anything is similar in between these two lines. Take a moment. Basically, they're exactly the same. The only difference, really, is that in 64, we have accidentals written in. Most of us have flat signs written in. If you're a saxophone player, you might have a natural sign written in. And for everyone in 65, instead of having accidentals, everything is placed inside of the key signature, meaning that it's at the very, very front in between the clef sign and the time signature. So if you are a flute, oboe, trombone, euphonium, tuba, mallet player, you are going to have 3 flats in your key signature in measure 65. If you play clarinet or trumpet, you're going to have 1 flat. And if you're a saxophone player, you probably have nothing in your key signature. And that just means that you're going to be playing F natural. That's going to be F with booger finger. So we also have a pickup note here. Remember that when we start playing, or if we're going to count it, it's going to be 4, 1, not 1, 1, because 1, 1 would be weird. So let's count and finger just the first little bit of it. Or count and finger the whole thing. If you can just need to count it this time, that's perfectly fine. So we are going to be playing line 64 or 65, just whichever one you want to look at. 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3. Now, remember that we have is it a slur or a tie in measure 3? Or in measure 2? It is a slur because it's connecting 2 different notes. So when you count it, you don't add the 2 together. 2 half notes, you're not going to make that 4 beats or 8 pulses. They're both different notes. So we have to go 1, 3, because each note is worth 2 beats and each note is worth 4 pulses. So we're going to start and count and finger again at the very beginning. 1, 2, and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1. Now, if you're looking at the very last measure, you're going to notice that we only have 3 beats. Now, we have a half note plus a quarter note. Is it tied or slurred? It is tied. So we're going to add the 2 beats in the half note plus the 1 beat in the quarter note for 3 beats. So, all right, let's play line 64 or 65. Make sure that you are playing your A flats. Make sure you are paying close attention to your key signature. Start tapping that foot. 1, 2, and... And my metronome died halfway through that. Sometimes that happens. You never know. We're going to play that one more time. If you played 64, you're now going to play 65. If you played 65, you're now going to play 64. All right. 1, 2... And there you go. That is line 64 and 65. There's music in there, and there's the same music in the air. Just paying attention to those key signatures.